everyone, and welcome to Are We Doing This? I'm Lauren Parajon.
And I'm Lauren Butler.
We're two millennial moms on the brink of 40, looking for new ways to shake things up.
We're here to challenge ourselves, each other, and you to get out of our comfort zones and try something new.
So if you've caught yourself wondering, what's next? You're in the right spot.
So are we doing this?
Looks like it. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Are We Doing This? It's Lauren Butler and Lauren Parajon here with you today. Lauren P. has decided that I should be the official starter of the podcast because it makes her nervous. So here we are.
Every time I start, I'm like, why did I say that? Like, I don't know. I repeat it in my head afterwards. I'm like, that was really dumb. So
that was bad.
But it feels natural when you do it.
Oh, well, that's very nice. It doesn't feel natural, so I'm glad it sounds natural.
It does sound natural.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, welcome back. We're so excited to have you guys back. I know we're on this new every other week cadence, so we hope that you're sticking with us. And today we wanted to talk about just how things are going in life. We were hoping to bring you a more buttoned up challenge update today, but honestly, we're both behind. Back to school is kicking our butts, and we just have other things going on. So we'll tell you where we're at with it and give you an update. Lauren, I know you've been cruising on your story.
I got on it. I was, but like I said before, I'll sit down and I'll write a bunch and then I won't touch it for days. And so I wish I could make myself just sit down for 1 hour or 2 hours each day. And I would write so much. So honestly, since the last recording, I've probably written 2 more days. Okay. But it's at 23,000 words. So it's officially a novella. So, and I did get almost all the ending in there. So next, so it's almost done. I could almost, it's it's more concise, because I know I sent it to you and Ashley and Joy, and I got some really good feedback from you guys, just flesh out this character more so we understand this tension and all that. So I went back in and added a lot, and I love it. But what now I need to figure out, and for some reason my brain cannot figure out the tense that it goes in. So it's present tense, but some of it's past tense, right? So then I was like, okay, when I'm reading a book, though, is it present tense or is it past tense? Because it's sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. I could be reading one story and it's
all present tense, right? Unless your character is remembering,
reflecting on something.
Are you going to jump in timelines though?
Well, so the book opens, I love the opening, right? You've read the opening. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah, I remember.
So that scene, but then it goes back to tell you how we got there, right? How I ended how the main character signed that client, right? So it goes back. So that has to be past tense. But then
but can you just use the 3 years earlier or whatever,
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's so
how do you do that?
I don't know. So that's the only thing is I almost need someone else to do it for me. Hey, figure this out. What tense does this go in? So that's that's my biggest struggle right now is what's past tense, what's current tense.
Or look at a book that does that really well and refresh your memory on how they do literally how they do it in the book.
Well, I think the other harder part is since it's a novella, you want to build this tension, but how much time do you want to pass between the beginning and where it heats up, right? Because you want it has to finish all in pretty quick, but you want them to understand
tension, the build. Yeah.
Because I don't want to fast forward 3 months and then you feel like you missed out on 3 months. You know what I mean? So that's the only struggle I'm having right now. I know. It really is.
That's tricky.
I should send it to you guys again for another read because it's close that I would almost release it. I would almost release it as is right now if I had really put a bow on the end, and I haven't yet.
On the very end, on the ending.
Very end, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. Well, when we read it, there was no ending, so I'm very excited to see what you have in mind.
Because you don't even know, you have no idea how it ends, right?
No.
Okay. And so I finally did write a spicy scene. When you read it, there was not a spicy scene, but tension building.
Yeah.
And I finally wrote a spicy scene.
Yeah.
And it was here's the struggle when you're writing that. You're should I write what I actually like or should I write what I like to read, right? Because those are different things.
But oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, so you like to read something different than you experience?
If my husband said half the shit that I read in a book that I enjoy in a book, I would be please do not ever. No, thank you.
Okay. But why don't you want to write the thing that you like?
Because it's so personal, because then everyone will know now what I like.
It just feels too intimate.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
That's so
now I'm just,
interesting.
isn't it? So I should call Kimberly Page, who we interviewed, and just like,
Yeah.
how do you deal with
Ask
that?
her. Yeah.
Because it
But
feels
you're probably
very
gonna write.
personal.
I feel like you would write that the best though,
What you
because
like,
it's
yeah.
personal.
Right,
Like,
because it is exactly, yeah.
yeah.
So that's current struggle. I just went with it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So last time I read it, it was like heating up, but it hadn't gotten there yet. And I was
Yeah,
like getting
yeah.
excited. Yeah. Oh,
It gets
man.
somewhere.
You're right. And
Hmm.
it's weird to like read, well, even like reading
Yeah,
something
like if I
you
send it to
wrote.
you, now I'd be like, are you going to be like, is this what Lauren likes in bed? You know,
Well,
like, are you
even
going to look at
reading
me
the
different?
spicy stuff, I was kind of like, oh, it was like a little like blushy because I know
Yeah, because
you.
you know
And I'm
me.
like, oh, but I still enjoy it. I mean, we're adults, right?
Maybe I need to make the character less like me, right? Like maybe she shouldn't be a baker and
Quite so autobiographical.
yeah, right? So I
Uh,
don't know.
maybe.
That's an interesting struggle I'm having.
That is interesting. Okay, you should ask Kimberly about that because I'm curious
Yeah,
where her take is on that. And I would guess like also it's the first time you've ever tried to do this, but I would
right.
guess if you write more characters, then you get to play with like being
Right.
different
Yeah.
types of people and different types of characters and stuff. But since it's your first
Yeah.
one and it's kind of a reflection of you in some ways, it's like
Yeah.
how do you not just put yourself in it?
Yep. So maybe when you read it, just I don't know, try to blank out that I wrote it.
Just don't
Pretend.
think too much about it. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Just like
Well,
scrub your
it's
brain
really,
after.
really good. And I'm really excited for listeners to read it and tell us what they
Thanks.
think because I think it's awesome. And I think you have a knack for it. I think that you could do it.
I don't know. I wonder if I do because there's something really fun about like I'm gonna have a writing day. And like me and
Yeah.
my friend Jess, we like went to a coffee shop and set up
Yeah.
and I was like, these 4 hours or whatever are strictly for like writing. And I was like, what a
Yeah.
fun like people do this as their job. How cool.
Yeah.
So I thought
And
that
like,
was
would
really
it
fun.
stay that fun? You hope so,
I don't know. You
right?
would hope so.
I hope
Like,
so.
I mean, right now cakes are still really fun. If I have a really,
Yeah.
really, really busy week, like, I mean, it's work like any work, right? Like, where you're like, I just need to get all these things done, but I'm still
Hmm.
enjoying it for now. So,
Good. How are cakes
yeah.
going? You said that they're not quite as
Yeah,
busy,
the
which is
summer
good.
was busy, busy. And I was afraid as school started, it would ramp up with like kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
So it's calmed down some, which is actually great. I'm like, oh my God, thank God, because it was like getting a little like, can I maintain all this? So yeah, I'm doing like between 4 and 6 orders per week, which is much more manageable.
Yeah.
But I'm like really, so I've made like a really good baker friend here. Like, so
Oh,
when I
fun.
thought about doing cakes, like this girl would post, her business is called the Cupcake Connoisseur with K's. Her name's Caitlin. And every time she would post like around the Facebook groups, I was like, I don't need to do cakes here. She's so good. She's got it
Mm.
handled. We don't need another baker in the area. She's great. And then so every time she would post like, God, she's good. I would like scroll through like all of her photos. I'm like, she's amazing. And then so when I finally decided to just launch my business, I had posted in that group, and I think she had commented, and she was like, "Wow, you're like really talented." And I was like, "Oh my God!" Like it felt like a
You're like, oh my
celebrity
God.
to me. I was like, "I fucking love you." I had to, so that like I sent her a message. I'm like, "I've been obsessed with your cakes since you've
Yeah.
been posting. I think you're great." Now we
Oh,
talk all the time. Like we text almost daily. Like what
that's
orders are you working on this
amazing.
week? She just texted me recently because she was like, "What?" Oh, and so like I guess this is going to go into like 5 different tangents. I don't know which one to start with, but
It's okay.
she is traveling to Mexico and she was asking me about traveling with a cake because I just traveled with a cake.
Yeah.
I successfully made a cake, and then put it on a plane with me to St. Louis for my friend's 40th birthday, for my best friend's 40th birthday, which was really exciting. So she's, I don't know, so like, but there's something about like having someone to just like bounce ideas off of, and
Talk
she's
to
been
about
like
it.
this,
Yeah.
like almost like a mentor where she was like, no, you need an edible printer, but those are expensive. So she sent me links to the printer she bought. Here's the edible paper you use. Here's the edible ink I use. Like she sent it
Oh,
all,
amazing.
like gave me all the links. So she's not like gatekeeping anything. And she
Yeah.
doesn't, the coolest thing is like, we don't see each other as competition at all.
Yeah.
She's just like, you're great at this.
Sharing.
I'm great at this. Let's share ideas. And
Yeah.
it's cool because it is kind of an isolating job because there's no one else doing it that so it's not like you can,
Talk to or ask questions or
yeah.
bounce ideas off or
Right. And like if
anything.
she'll get an order and she's like, I'm too busy, can you take this order? She'll refer me,
Oh,
and vice
cool.
versa. So it's just so cool. Anyway, so
That's awesome.
I love her. Her name's Caitlin. So this is, I know I guess we should just go ahead and say like this episode was going to be a
Yeah.
challenge update. So we're going to give you that, but also now it's are we okay? And we just want to talk about different things that be going through our minds right now. So
Update.
let me pause there. We'll come back to a St. Louis story, but let's hear your update on your challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So my challenge. Well, first of all, that's awesome about the cakes. And that's so cool. I love like when women can do that with each other and it's not competitive. And then now you have this like not partner, but like friend and like, you know, somebody that you can talk to, and the referral stuff is probably super helpful too.
We haven't met in person yet. It's
like
we've been talking, and she's in Loveland. She's like probably 10 minutes from me.
Okay.
And we've been talking, and she referred me for this event space, was looking for vendors. So like she referred them to me.
Oh,
and
cool.
So I was like, hey, but I don't have insurance yet. She goes, don't tell them that. Get insurance right now. And you tell them, yes, you can do it. And I'm like, oh, yes, ma'am. So like I went and got insurance that day, and I was like, oh, I just needed someone to tell me to do it.
Do it. So, yeah. That's awesome. And especially if she's like one step ahead of you.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
perfect because she can like kind of tell you.
Right.
She's just been there.
All that to say,
you are.
So I thought 8 cakes in a week was like, I was at my edge of like, this is far too much.
Yeah.
She's doing like I'm trying to remember. I can't look at my phone right now because it's on there.
Yeah.
But she did 4 weddings this past weekend, 4 wedding cakes.
Okay? In 1 week?
And plus like 4 custom cake orders, 10 like cake pop orders, and like 9 dozen cupcake orders.
Does she have anybody helping her?
No, well, she posted this really cute video of her husband like frosting a cake, like helping. It was back when she was learning how to do it, but so I don't know if he helps her regularly. But I was just like, how in the world are you doing when I'm stressed about 8? But to be fair, like as I do more, I'm getting faster at certain steps of it. And so she was like, well, I can like crumb coat, layer, frost a cake in like minutes now, and that used to take hours. So I guess the faster you get at it. But I'm like, how many freezers? How many refrigerators? How much? Like, what is your setup in your house? So
you should get together with her and do a little.
I know we keep saying
kitchen tour.
Both kids are back in school because my kids started a while back, but her kids just started last week. So we said once the kids are in school and her business starts to die, because she said she'll move into a slower season soon. Then we should get together, and because she was just like. She's like, one day she was like, do you want to come out on the lake with us? We have a boat. And I was like, that's so nice. But we have so nice practice. And her kids are like almost the same age. Her kids are like 4 and 9.
Really?
And mine are like 5 and 8. So
that's amazing.
I know. So we'll get together soon. I love her.
That's so cool. Also a friend with a boat. I mean.
I know, right?
Winning.
Right?
Yeah. That's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad that like, sorry, I know I'll transition to my, my challenge and my work stuff, but like, I'm glad that caking is like, going well for you, and I feel like you're finding a rhythm. And do you feel like you're making any money?
Yeah, well, and so I just did a buttercream board for.
Oh, I saw that. So pretty.
Yeah. And I posted it on TikTok, and it has 1.5 million views right now. And I was like, dude, will TikTok start paying me for content, right? Because like when my sister and I did the kickboxing, we were getting paid by TikTok. And my sister was like, oh, you have to hit 10,000 followers first. So I'm at like 8,000 something followers. So if I can get 2 more thousand followers, I can start at least getting paid on TikTok. Not much.
That'd be amazing.
Pennies, but that would help. But yeah, I mean, I'm still like I'm still making, 70% profit on every cake I make. But that's the downfall to only doing 4 to 6 per week versus 8 per week because the income goes down. But my stress level also goes down. So
it's finding that balance of like stress level and like it's more manageable, sustainable, which is good. So so I have not lost interest in my research project, my book report, if you will, of mental health careers that I've been researching and working on. I lined up some people that I wanted to interview, and then back to school season hit, and I just have put it on the back burner. I don't know. Just why is this season so crazy? I
do not know.
And so I still want to do it. I also, like you mentioned, have picked up a new client again. So just like we were talking about, like every time I kind of get steam on it, something comes my way, which I'm so thankful for. And it's actually a client I used to work with for a long time with my old agency. And so since my old agency partner decided to shut down the agency, she very graciously essentially said, this last project for these guys, you can bill directly, which is amazing because I haven't been able to do that yet. So for my first time billing directly, I was like, oh my God, like, how do I do this? Like, what?
Yeah, I know.
I just send them an invoice and then like, wait. And I had to I was Googling, like, how do I take money? Like, where?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay. Anyway, thank God for, the internet. There's like a bajillion resources. So I set up a business checking account. I got an EIN number. I decided
Yeah.
to be a
You're legit.
I know. I decided to be a sole proprietor instead of an
Okay.
LLC. I didn't want to go that route quite yet.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to pay the upfront cost,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And thankfully, my husband just went through like starting his own business, so he was kind of
Yeah.
fresh on some of it too. He was like, "Oh yeah," because he had
Mm-hmm.
just gone through it. So yeah, I had to figure that out. I'm using this like free platform that I can do invoicing with.
Nice.
It's called Wave. I'm an early user, so I can't give like a full
Okay.
review, but I think it's pretty handy. But it also does
It's
like your
free and it,
accounting. Yeah.
oh, interesting.
There's like, of course, there's premium levels of it,
Yeah.
but it'll do like real basic stuff with like for like one client for free.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm trying that. And then you can also accept, and then I was like researching accepting credit card payments and like
Oh,
fees and like not
yeah.
having too high of fees and who I actually used ChatGPT for that. It was super helpful. It was like,
I bet.
make me a comparison chart of all the different ways as a freelancer I can take payments and like what the best
Mm-hmm.
fees are. And it was like,
Yeah.
so anyway, boring, but kind of exciting because I feel
Yeah.
like legit, more legit
You are
now.
legit now. Like now,
I know.
if another client came upon, like if
I could
another
just
client came
roll.
to you, you're ready. Like
Yeah.
as once you figure out the
Um,
system of like creating the estimate, and then because the
yes.
same thing where like with my client, I like sent her the packages, and she verbally or via email was like, "Yes, let's go." So I don't have like a signed contract, which is probably is
Yeah.
very bad. But like, are you having someone like e-sign
Well,
something, or how
yeah.
that work?
So the nice thing about this platform is it generates the invoice for you and it makes it look really nice. And
Hmm.
then I think, well, so I
Hmm.
haven't sent or the estimate. Sorry, I haven't sent
Yeah.
it yet. I was supposed to do it before we got on this phone call and I haven't done it. But it sends it to the client and then I think they sign it and then it like
Okay.
does that for you. So they sign
Okay.
it digitally. And then
Okay.
if you want to accept online payments, it'll also just like include a link in it to do it that way.
Okay.
But this estimate will send, and then I think they get an e-signature, and then you can convert your estimate into an invoice. So
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
once you're done with the work, you can convert it
Yeah.
and then edit it or whatever, and then actually bill
Cool.
the client. And then I just ChatGPT slash Googled like some terms to put at the end
Yeah.
of my estimate.
That's smart.
So
Yeah.
it's not like a full contract exactly, but it's
Yeah.
like 7 bullet points of just like terms,
Okay.
of like payment terms.
Hmm.
But like I also have anxiety about like I haven't sent this estimate yet, but like I'm asking for a lot of money
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't know, when I was doing it with my agency and I had a partner and it was kind of under
Yeah.
this other veil, it
You feel
didn't
like you're
feel
protected,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now it's on you.
Now I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh God, I have more
Yeah.
anxiety about asking people for money." And like,
Yeah.
am I estimating too much? Am I not estimating enough? Am I,
Yeah.
like, they're surely gonna just like think this is way too much money. And
No. No.
I already had that anxiety about telling them my rate over the phone.
Hmm.
But I decided to just like put my big girl face on and
Yeah.
like pretend like I was confident and be like, this is
Hmm.
my rate. And they were
Right.
like, okay, good. That sounds great. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Okay.
what? Like, I can't
Yeah.
believe you agreed to that.
Yeah.
So I tried to stay cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm just over
It is
here
scary. Like,
feeling the imposter syndrome and doing it
no,
anyway,
you
you
just got to
know?
keep doing it. I mean, there are like definitely, it gets scary when you're no longer under the umbrella of
Yeah, somebody else.
someone else. Like, I remember the first like big mess up I made on my own.
Oh, I
Like,
remember.
do you remember that? Like,
Yes. Oh
so like
God.
it was, I was running social like Facebook ads, essentially Facebook and Instagram ads for a client, and for an e-commerce site, and one of the ads was supposed to spend I don't know how many dollars for the lifetime of the ad, which was a 1 month ad, I believe.
Hmm.
This was a couple of years ago, so I don't really remember, but it was and so, like it auto like when you set it up, it like had defaulted to spend that daily instead of spend that
Yeah.
for the
Was it like
lifetime of the ad.
$50 or
I
$500
it was
or
something
something?
like it was supposed to spend like $340
Total.
and total, okay, for that ad. And
Still gives
think
you
about that.
anxiety, I can tell.
Yeah, because $314 for a month or $314 every day for a month. Big difference, okay? So
Oh
like
God.
and my bad for not like we were running so many ads that like
You
it's
just
it's
missed
on me
it.
for not
Yeah.
noticing that.
Well,
Like I
yeah.
should have noticed that ad was performing way better than all the other ads, right? And when I finally noticed my error, the ad had spent $10,000. Okay, it was supposed to spend 300 and something. It had spent 10. You know, the immediate feeling of like I'm gonna have instant
My
diarrhea and
my
like
stomach drops just
yeah,
hearing
like
this
just
story.
I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, and I can't blame anyone. It's me. I did it. It's my company. I no longer work under anyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, and then I was thinking like, this has to
What am
come
I
out of
gonna
my
do?
pocket. This
Yeah,
has
like
to
I'm
come
gonna
out
have
of
to
my
pay for
pocket.
this. That's
Because
where
it's my
my mind would
error.
go. I'm like, how am I gonna
Yeah.
pay for this?
Yeah. Like that's $10,000 that I have to take away from my family because I fucked up, right? Like it was this like, and so I was like, all right, like I was like, do I cry? Do I throw up? Who do I tell first? What do I do? Like, how do I admit? Is there a way to like in your head you kind of go, is there a way to hide that this happened? Like, could
Right.
I
Yeah.
fudge it at all? No, there's no way to fudge that. So I went to my husband. He was like downstairs working, and I was like, I made a boo boo. He was like, what? I was like, it's a
It's a
big boo boo.
thousand
He was
dollar
like, just
boo-boo.
tell me. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, okay, here's what happened. And he was like, you know what? You need to just call the client, right? And have a very honest conversation and show the benefit of like, yeah, you spent this much, but look at the result because
But
the
didn't it
result
like
was
the reason it was spending is
huge.
because it was like
It was
performing, right?
doing really well, right? Like we had hit this
Yeah.
threshold that it was like, I mean, they got a ton of sales from it. So like, I mean, the ROI, like, so, but that phone call, like I
Oh
must have
God.
aged 10 years for that phone call to
Oh
have to admit,
God.
like, this is what happened. And like,
Was it to your
luckily,
regular client
to
that
my
you
regular client who I
okay.
love, luckily we've had a working relationship for, at this point, for probably 7 years or something.
Okay, that helps
And
a
so that
ton.
helps. Yeah. But I had to like, this is what happened. And I'm prepared to eat this cost because that wasn't the
Yeah.
plan. But here are the results of this ad, right? And so she's like, well, here's the good thing. We didn't, because there was a year budget, right? Like there was a whole like
Oh
ad budget
God.
for the year. She was like, the good news is you didn't spend the entire rest of the year's budget. Because I think this was like a August,
Okay,
September,
okay.
or October ad.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's the
Jesus.
good news. The other good news is we got a lot of sales from it. And we're just going to be very conservative on the rest of the ads for the year. And like, luckily,
Oh.
because we like pause ads a lot for like Christmas
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. And
Holidays.
she was like, we're just going to, be very, and I was like, oh my God, thank
Thank
you.
God.
I just
Thank
remember
you.
after I hung up, I was just like, I'm going to die. Like it was just like,
Oh,
oh, I've
so
never, because
scary.
I don't struggle with anxiety or,
Yeah.
but I think that like I
That
can
was
go right back to that feeling I had noticing I did that boo boo. And then I think like, wow, some people have this reaction, this
yeah,
feeling
like
for
body
everyday
feeling.
things. Yeah, this body
Yeah.
feeling for everyday things. And it's just like, oh my God, like
Gives you empathy for
it gives me
right.
so much empathy for people who have
Yeah.
to deal with that because it was like
It's
anyway,
a
that was a
body
really
thing. It's like
weird
physical.
tangent. Yeah, it was like literally I was going to have immediate diarrhea and probably throw up and like I couldn't breathe. It was like I don't know. So like
Yeah.
yeah, working for yourself kind of scary.
Yeah, working for
But that's
yourself.
also why I ended up doing LLC eventually. It's because then
Yeah,
you're
to protect
protected.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't like sue me. They can sue
Right.
like anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. I thought about
anyway,
that. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. I can relate to that
it
feeling
was
completely.
awful.
But it also is a testament, though, I would say, to the great relationship you had with her that she
Yes,
was
thank
willing.
God.
That's so cool of her that she was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to get through this. And like,
Mm-hmm.
that she had
Yeah.
that grace for you.
She could have immediately fired me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just
And
like,
she didn't. And that's
oof.
amazing. Oh, God.
Mhm.
Close ones. Yeah, it's real. Like it feels a lot more real to like
Yeah.
be on your own. And since this client is one that like I have a relationship with them. I worked with them for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like they're good people that, so I was like, well, I think it's worth the risk. And then if I want to grow it and build more, then I can kind of go down that
Yeah.
route. So anyway, I have not talked to any mental health professionals because I've been trying to figure out how to take payments and write
Yeah.
invoices and
Right.
have a bank account that is a
And deal
business
with
bank
your own
account.
mental health of
Oh
this
my
busy season
gosh.
right now. Like,
And then like we were just talking, I just was like, I got on the phone with you just today,
yeah.
and I'm just like, man, I'm a mess. I'm a struggle bus mess. Like I don't know, man. My kid went to school today with 2 different socks, but he's there and he was 15
Yeah.
minutes late and I was telling you about how like yesterday, maybe it was a Monday thing, but I sometimes, this is a mental health tangent, but I sometimes just hit a wall where I just like kind of shut down and freeze up.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm tired, yes, but I can't move. Like it's a frozen feeling. Anyway, so I was Googling this, and sure enough, this is like an ADHD thing. Like this ADHD paralysis or ADHD freeze is like a thing.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that sounds familiar. So yeah, I just like a few hours yesterday, middle of the day, I got through my morning stuff, and then I just crash. And it's like this weird experience where I'm like, I can't do anything. Like it feels like you're inside your body, but you can
telling it to
see
move,
that
but nothing's happening.
Yes, but just like nothing's happening. And so I just sat for a while, and I was just like, I can't function. Like I can't, I don't know. So I just had to like veg out for a while, and maybe that's just what I needed.
Did it get you out of it after you sat with it, or like?
Kind of, but then I was like in a funk, and I don't know if it was just like shame associated with it or something, or just, but I felt funky for the rest of the day. And I was saying, even this morning, my husband was like, are you okay? And I was like, if you're asking me that, then I probably, maybe I need a minute. Yeah. But I took a shower.
But we're saying how this was just like how, well, I didn't have the freeze, but was it the last episode or 2 episodes ago where I was in that, like, it was right as my kids were starting school, and it was like, my stress level was stuck at like a 9. Like, and I was aware of it, and I was like, why is my stress level here? And then I could identify all the reasons, but I couldn't figure out how to lower it. Like if anything else popped up, well, now it's a 10 and now it's 11. Like I was stuck at that, just like high like,
frequency.
Where I was just like, and it was, I feel like you're right there. I got, because our school has started, and now I finally found a routine, but you're in what I was in 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I know. I was talking to you, and I was like, why is this season so crazy? And you kind of looked at me blankly, and I was like, oh yeah, you already did this.
You're over it. Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, this is where you were when you were kind of unhinged
when I was very unhinged. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm living in the unhinged. I don't know, moms. Is this all of us? Are we all just like struggling through a big seasonal shift?
It has to be.
Yeah.
And with our weird hormones at the same, I feel like we just didn't used to react this way. And as we get older, our reactions are changing and feeling more extreme, actually. So
yeah, maybe that's true.
Anyway, perimenopause.
I know. So I'm trying to get off the struggle bus. I'm just trying to hold it all together here. Thank God I have a wonderful life partner, because this morning I have a hard time waking up.
Yeah.
He like did breakfast. He got the kids ready. He did all the things. Thank God. And then my daughter missed the bus, and I was really annoyed about it because I had to ride our bikes. And you know what?
Yeah,
we're making it.
I know. The other day I was like, all right, it's time to go. And Havana, my daughter was like, well, I didn't eat breakfast yet. I'm like, I made you oatmeal, but I put it in the fridge, and then I never told her. So I never got out of the fridge and told her it was not hot anymore. And so I was like mad at her. I'm like, is that on her or on me? But I was like, look, you need to, like, it's your responsibility to make sure you eat something before school. Like, even if you can't make it, like, it's your responsibility to know that you ate. But I don't know, it does get a little hectic. But
that's funny. We just still like feed our children's plates and put them in front of them, and then beg them to eat, and then they don't, and then we feed them all down in transit. Because then as soon as we walk out the front door, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Yeah,
child,
that never ends. I feel like
I will kill you. And then the bedtime snacks have started too. I'm like, if you could count the number of times I say the time to eat is dinner, I would be a rich woman.
Oh man.
Anyway, it's great. We're holding it together.
So I went to St. Louis. So my best friend of, we decided 33 years, I guess. I moved to the school in 2nd grade. And then we realized, well, we were not best friends at first. We hated each other because I stole her best friend. So we weren't friends until 4th grade. But she's like the person I've known the longest. Like, you know, I don't really talk to many people from back then. But we have managed to keep in touch and just like stay close. And then actually, weirdly, starting this podcast, she started listening to it. And now we're talking a lot more than we were before. Like, we would check in every now and then and, you know, send the birthday text. But because of the podcast, we talk every time she listens, she like sends me all of her feedback. And so anyway, she invited, I thought that was really cool. So she invited me out to her 40th birthday celebration in St. Louis. So she rented a party bus, and we all went to like a winery all day. And then,
oh my gosh, so fun.
And it was like, so we flew in like on a Friday. The party day was all day Saturday. Then we flew out Sunday. So it was a very quick trip. But we were like, let's just do it. Like, and then I decided I was going to bring a cake. I didn't know if you could travel with a cake. And I was like, is TSA going to take this away? I don't even know. So I made the cake early and froze it for 4 days so that it would I wanted it to be like a rock. Like I wanted it to like
frozen,
not melt in transit because St. Louis is also a very hot place. So like in the summer. So I froze it. I bought like a thermal bag. So like it has the silver lining inside the bag, right?
Okay.
So I had the in a box. It was saran wrapped from before I put it in the freezer. And then I put ice packs in the box and I was like, we're just going to do it and see what happens. And so it was like a 6-inch, so it wasn't like big. And so we went through, we have clear and TSA pre-check. So like, I was like, they should know that I'm a safe person, right? Maybe don't question what I'm bringing. I don't know. And of course it got flagged just to where they have to put it through one more, little detector thing, but they let me go. So I was like, all right, cool. Nice. And so we get on the plane and I was right before we're getting on, I was like, Cam, I don't know. Like, do I put this under the seat or do I put it in the overhead?
Oh yeah.
And he was like, I was like, I don't think it's going to fit under the seat. Like those are really shallow. I might do overhead. So we're like so we're getting on the plane and I put it in the overhead next to Cam's bag. So I was like, hopefully no one will smash it.
Oh God.
Cause I was like, God, what if someone else? But then I realized when you close the overhead bin, it was going to tip on its side. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So I was like, I pulled it down and it just fit under the seat in front of me. Yeah. Like just fit.
Oh God.
So that survived it. And then we like went to eat once we got there. It's probably like two hours. Nothing, nothing crazy.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But then we like, once we got there, getting the rental car, and then we went to get some lunch. So I brought it in the restaurant with me. So I was like, I'm not leaving this in the car.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like this baby I traveled with, like real, like I was like protecting it the whole time. And we finally got there and it was, she couldn't believe it. Like her and her husband, it was like, that was so nice of you to do that. And it was cute. I'm glad I did it. And now I know I can travel with only a 6-inch cake.
Yes.
I can't
for
go any
under
bigger than that.
the seat.
Yes. Yeah. But
so
really
did you decorate it there?
Yeah, so it was the beach theme because she was having like a beach please I'm 40 kind of party. Cute. So it was just like I wanted to add sand to the bottom, like crushed Nilla wafers, but I couldn't freeze that because then when it defrosted, it would be all probably soggy. So I didn't do the sand part. So it was just kind of like it looked just beach themed, and it said beach please I'm 40 on top, and then but so we had cake that night, and then the next day, so and it was funny because she like invited all these people from different walks of life, right? Yeah. And she was like, and then like last week I was at a bar and I'm just the kind of person to like have some drinks and invite people from the bar, like come to my party bus. So she was like, I don't know who's showing up for this, but like, let's just do it. And so it was just such a fun day with like just a fun assortment of people. And it was all tropical themed. So we all had like tropical outfits on and she had leis for us. And we just took this party bus out to this beautiful winery, and they had like wine slushies that were delicious.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And then we went to like a restaurant after, and then back to her house. But it made me realize like I should let my friends plan something for my 40th, right? Because like our 40th, to me, I was like, no, I justified Vegas and the money we spent in Vegas as a 40th birthday celebration. So I was like, that's my 40th birthday, and then our really good friend here, Zach, he turns 40 in October. So we were like, ooh, let's plan a Mexico trip and it will be both of our 40th. We were just like basically planning trips and justifying our birthdays to do them.
For the trips.
So I had nothing specific for my birthday because I was just calling it these things. And my friend Jess, who I had planned that fun bingo night for her birthday. She's like, let me do something. And I kept telling her, no, like maybe like a girls' dinner or something, maybe something little. And then after the St. Louis trips, I was like, I should celebrate myself on my birthday.
You know what?
You know what? So I gave her the go ahead. I was like, I know it's last minute, but I'm allowing you. You just do whatever you want. And I just and then the one thing I wanted, I reached out to that cake person I love, Caitlin. And I was like, will you make my 40th birthday cake? Like, and she's like, I'm so intimidated and so honored. I was like,
that's so sweet.
Intimidated. So she's going to make my cake.
Good.
And then my friend Jess is planning a 14 going on 40.
Oh my God, love it.
Slumber party in my basement.
Yay!
So it will be fun, low key. It's not like a big old thing, but I'm just glad we're doing something. And I'm pretty excited about it.
Slumber party vibes. I love that. Are you guys and you have that great like screen down there and like your whole
the projector. And I can sleep 6 down here on beds, and then there's that giant couch. So should be a good time. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, you have to take some good pictures too, because that'll be so fun. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're going to do it and embrace it. Because I was taking the similar approach to the 40th. It was like, okay, the trips are Vegas is a celebration, but it's like just far enough away that, I was like, well, I want to do something like, So I don't know, Zach, my husband is planning something, but I'm not, he was like, do you want to know or do you not want to know? And I was like, I don't really care, honestly. Like, I don't mind knowing. And
Really?
he was like, I don't want you to know. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So
Can you
I don't,
handle not knowing though?
yeah, I kind of enjoy a surprise, but
Okay.
I don't know what it will be.
Mm.
We don't have like, I don't, we have friends here, but they're in very like separate, kind of like you were saying, like with your friend, like they're in separate areas of my life. Like they don't,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, microphone. Sorry, microphone.
It's all good.
Um, they don't like know each other very well. You know, I don't
Right.
have like a lot of friends. I don't have a friend group really.
Right.
And so it feels like it would be weird to get everybody together. And then also, frankly, the Taylor drop is like
Yeah.
interfering because I want to listen.
Yeah.
But I'll probably do that the night before because it comes out at midnight. So I'll probably stay up
Yeah.
late and then do that. And then, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you'll probably listen to it nonstop for days.
I know,
so.
I'll be so insufferable. um, so yeah, I was trying to coordinate maybe with Joy and Ashley a virtual listening so we could all listen together.
Cool.
But we'll have to see if our schedules work out for that. So anyway,
Yeah.
good. I'm
It's
glad
hard
you're
with time
doing
differences.
a big celebration. That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad that Zach's planning something. We don't know what yet, but
yeah,
that's cool.
I was like, I just want to like go to dinner or do something, or I don't know.
Well,
So it should be good.
at least if it's dinner, like make sure like just be like go big. Like
Yeah,
you want to do
go
something
somewhere.
memorable.
Yeah, like go somewhere
Yeah.
we haven't been.
Right.
So it's good. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see.
So I feel like this is kind of a trend in our women our age, like you and I, why we started this whole thing, that we're like, we want to try something else. Like, let's try something
Yes.
else. And so like my friend Litney, Litney, she got
Yeah.
certified to be a yoga instructor. And then this woman Z that I know from our school drop off, she sent an email out. She was like, does anyone want to try free reformer Pilates? Because I'm getting certified. She's a real estate agent, but now she's, getting certified to do Pilates. And I've never done Pilates. I feel like I've maybe done one class, but not reformer at all.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, she's like, we'll do a beginner class because she has to do all these hours to get certified or something.
Oh, nice.
So she like planned all these classes that are free for people to come so she can teach. And so it was like me and four friends. Oh yeah, me and four friends went to this class. It was just us in the room. And I love it. Like, I was like, oh my God. As soon as we finished, I was like, am I like a Pilates girl now? Like, is this my new obsession? Because granted, it was beginner. So like, I know, but your first experience with it, you were accidentally like on the wrong. Like,
yeah, I had all the weight.
strength.
And then I was like,
oh God. Yeah. So like, it was very beginner, but it was an hour.
Okay.
And like, what I loved about it was like, it was so not intimidating because I was like, it's almost like I'm doing a workout, but I get to lay down or I get to sit down, like, it's like
yeah.
I know it makes me sound really lazy, but like more and more, like the idea of like a really strenuous workout makes me just not want to do it. So like,
totally.
Even my kickboxing class that I love, I've just lately been like, I'm not in the mood. Like, I don't have the mood to go like hardcore, but am I in the mood to go like lay and get
lift
like a killer stretch and like use weird little muscles I don't normally use?
Totally.
So I did the one class and then
Awesome.
I looked back on our link and I clicked on like I submitted for 5 more classes that are like this week and next week. So cool. We could say that's my new challenge. I'm trying a new workout.
You're trying it. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, then again, awesome. I'm not paying for another like monthly gym membership by any means ever. But I think the gym I go to, there's like 3 or 4 in the city I live in. Mm-hmm. The one I go to doesn't have reformer, but I think the one that's like 6 minutes away does.
Oh, nice.
So I might try doing
if
some
you
of their
get
classes.
into it. Where does she teach? Does she teach at a gym or something?
So this one is at a Pilates studio where she was doing her training, but I don't know where she will teach.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was super fun.
Exciting.
Have you done it again since your one class?
I haven't. I was doing it for a little while. There are like 2 classes that kind of worked with my schedule at the time. But that was during the summer. So now I could go during the day.
Oh yeah.
I was going like early Friday mornings and then like Saturday mornings. But I need to look at the schedule again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go back because it's nice. It's nice. Like I feel like it's really great strength and core and like it's like micro strength. It's like all those
muscles,
little muscles. But I feel like I also need to like have a little bit of cardio, a little bit of moving, a little bit of heart rate.
I know, my friend Jess, I was like, I loved that. She goes, I loved it, but like like that says I burned 120 calories versus
right.
550 when I do like kickboxing or whatever.
Yeah,
no,
it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not like the calorie burner, but it's definitely strength, which we need.
Yeah,
especially
I
now
was
that
like,
we're
it's good for
becoming old ladies.
mobility. Like if I do all that, like I think I'll be able to keep moving around as I get older.
Yeah, for sure, which I definitely need a lot of these days. Well, that's awesome. I'm really glad you like it. So we have to talk about a few other things that are like on our mind that we've been obsessed with. And one I know I texted you about was the Netflix documentary Unknown Number.
Yes.
So I know we've both seen it. I had another mom at school, actually, at drop off, a mom friend who said, "Oh my God, have you seen Unknown Number?" And I know it's like really big on Netflix right now, so you guys have probably all already seen it. You heard it here last.
You heard it here last.
But she was like, if you haven't watched it, you got to watch it and talk about it on your pod. And I was like, first of all, I didn't know she listened, so thank you.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. But yeah, it was wild. I guess like,
and if you don't want to be spoiled,
I was gonna say, should we have a
like,
spoiler warning?
Take a 4-minute break, but if you haven't seen it by now, like that's on you.
Yeah, that's true. It has been big for a while.
But so I've been listening to the Juicy Scoop podcast forever.
Okay.
Like it's Heather McDonald. She's a comedian.
I don't know that one.
And I love it. It's just like current events, pop culture, like and then she does some juicy crimes. She just got a new podcast that's just about crimes. But anyway, so she covered this. This was back in 2021, I think, when it came out. Like, so I remember hearing this whole story about this girl who was cyberbullied for so long, and it ended up being the mom who was doing it, right?
Yeah, her mom.
And her mom doing it. And so like when I heard that story, I'm like, that's insane. Who could do that? But so when the documentary came out, I was like, I already know this story. But you're like, oh, I've heard it's great. You should watch it. So then as I'm watching it, like reading the text messages she sent.
Oh my God.
Her daughter and her daughter's boy, like to teenagers, like the graphic language used. It was a whole different story from, I mean, it just took it to another level. Because like I knew what happened, but
you knew the basics, but to read it. And then like to hear them interviewed and stuff. And the fact, I thought it was so fascinating that they got her on camera. I mean, she did an interview for.
Do you think she got paid and that's why she did it? Or like, why would you ever come on and admit that?
Well, I think that they said, I read some stuff about it after the fact because I watched it and then I was like, oh my God, it's insane. So then I went on the internet and tried to like read everything else I could about this story. And I think it was like under the pretense of like she wanted her, a chance to tell her side of the story, basically, or kind of like vaguely explain herself. She kind of had like a vague. It was not good. I mean,
it was
the woman
bad.
Needs help, clearly.
Lots of therapy.
But yeah, this girl, and at the time, it blows your mind because they're recording the documentary. These kids are like 16 or 17 or something at the time they're recording the documentary. So they're on camera giving these interviews about it. But when all this was happening, they were like 13.
Isn't that insane?
Like these kids were so little, and this mom starts. Harassing them with an unknown number, texting in this group,
pretending
it's like a group
to be like a girlfriend, or like pretending that
some
she's
other girl
with the boyfriend.
Yeah, that is really into her daughter's boyfriend, and it's a super small town, so they all know each other really well. This mom is like really good friends with the boyfriend's mom and their family, and she spends a lot of time with all of them. And
she's a coach at the school, so she's a basketball coach. Gossip.
Yeah, so she's like really involved in the school, and then just the fact that she went through the charade for so long because her and this other mom would like go to the school and complain to them about this and demand for them to help, and like it was her. But even when
she was saying that, like during the interview, she's like, "Yeah, because the school wasn't doing enough." Like
I know,
and I'm like, "Bitch, you're doing it. It's you."
I know. Well, it's like I wondered if the first half of the movie, a documentary. They are interviewing her just like she's a regular participant in this. And at the end, it's like this big reveal and surprise that it was her.
Yeah.
But like, do you think they told her, like, you need to just play along for the first half of this interview? Because she was saying things like... I
think she's actually just insane.
Or do you think that was really how she felt about it? Because she was just talking about it as if
she had to put on, though. Yeah. Like, she had to pretend like she was fighting to get down the bottom of it. Like... Otherwise, it would look weird.
But for this documentary, because you're right, she was answering questions early in the documentary as if she was spectating the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, did you lie for the sake of the documentary? Like to put on... I know,
because even in those interviews, she was like, we wanted to find out who was doing this. And I'm like, you're doing it. Like,
right.
I was like, you're like,
That's what
but
makes me
like
wonder if the
the daughter's,
filmmakers were like, just
yeah,
pretend,
pretend.
which would
Like
be
the
so
daughter's
wild.
reaction though, like
Ugh.
probably shock and just like she was
And
young. But I'm just
disassociation.
like, the husband's reaction was great. I thought that was a normal reaction.
Yeah.
Well, who's to say what a normal reaction is in that case? But like the way and then I'm like, maybe her daughter
Well,
was not in on it, but maybe she'd already figured it out before the
well,
police body
okay,
cam.
so a few things. If you haven't seen this, they lead up to discovering. So this documentary follows the whole path of like the police and the school investigating this. They accuse all these other students, all their friends
Like
first,
ruin their
basically,
lives.
and these poor kids get like, traumatized
Yeah.
because it's a small town and it's a big
And
deal and
police start
everybody's talking
investigating,
about
like
this.
interrogating
They're
them.
getting questioned by cops, like, 13, 14-year-olds. Anyway, so then they finally pull in like an FBI investigator, like data
Hmm.
investigator, to trace the IP addresses to these phone numbers that she's using to screen. Anyway, they finally figure out it's the mom. The mom's like the only phone number in there. And so the cops get a search warrant to get her phones, and they go to her house to do this, to give her the warrant and to like tell her we figured out it's you. And they have camera recording, like, what do you
It's
call it?
body cam footage.
Body
Yeah.
cam footage, thank
Yeah.
you, from the sheriff, of this whole scene in the documentary, which to me was the
It was so
most
uncomfortable.
gripping part of this whole
Yeah.
thing, like that they had that footage, because you see
Yeah.
it in live time, them
Yeah.
confront this woman, and then the daughter's there and they bring her in, which blew my mind,
I
because
know.
like,
I was like, this is
why
not the
would you not
time.
separate them? I
Yeah.
also feel like the way they handled it was weird and
So
not good.
strange.
So they tell the mom, she kind of confesses like immediately. She's just
Yeah.
like,
She's like, yep.
yeah, like kind of. Didn't take long. And then
No.
like they bring the daughter in, and yeah, it just, oh my God. And then
It
the
was like,
mom, the cop kind of stumbles through starting to say like, okay, well, we figured out, your mom has been
yeah.
behind all of this. And you're just watching going like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
I was
Oh
like,
my God. The
oh.
daughter like kind of freezes up but doesn't say a
Yeah.
lot. And then the mom goes over and starts
And
comforting
hugs
her
her. Yeah. Just
like
comforting her.
instantly, which is so wild.
So crazy.
And the poor girl just looks shell shocked.
Shocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, did she? I feel like she had an inclination, maybe that might have been it. 'Cause she
So
didn't look. She looked shocked, but like not. I don't know. She didn't look surprised.
I think she looked confused to me. Like, I
Yeah, that's
think,
true.
having been a person who has been in some states like that at that young of an
Yeah,
age, like,
yeah,
I recognized a lot of like, she just seemed kind of shocked and like a little disassociated. Like, I think when you're
yeah,
that young and something that crazy happens to you, it like takes
yeah,
your brain, like your brain doesn't understand it,
yeah.
like
Well, and like the
you're
way
just
he
like
phrased
legit
it, he was like,
confused.
the way he phrased it, he was like, "Your mom's been going through some stuff, so sometimes you do weird things." Like instead
Like,
of
he
saying like,
said something
"Your mom is
weird.
texting you some bad stuff," like
Right. Your mom
the
is
way
the
he explained it
bully.
was weird. Yeah,
Yeah, so I was like, maybe she's just legit confused because he didn't explain it well, but maybe
right.
also she's just like in shock.
Yeah,
And anyway, they clearly had like this really weird codependent relationship, and that was one of the theories, is that like her mom just wanted to like create this big problem in her life so that she would come
well, they call it
running to
like
her and like need
cyber
her to make it better.
Munchausen's,
Yeah.
which is wild. Like I didn't know it was a thing. She just
But
loved having the
then,
attention of her daughter going
right.
through that.
Yes. But then,
Yeah.
like, she kept stalking the boyfriend even after they broke up.
Yeah.
So
When he
all of
started dating
this,
someone new, she starts texting the new girlfriend. Like,
I think that she
I was
was
obsessed with the
obsessed
boyfriend.
with the boy,
Obsessed.
a 13-year-old.
Ew.
I think
Ew.
that it was more about that. That's
Th-
my, because,
But
like,
also, how was she
why?
only charged with like stalking? How was she not charged with like sexually, like the amount of graphic sexual content that was sent to
Yeah.
minors? That's got to be a different charge, right? Like, I don't know. I was disgusted. It was so gross.
Yeah. Oh my
And like
gosh.
we're
But
moms, like, and we would never ever want to make our kids feel like that. That's why I'm
yeah,
like, something's
it's
not right
wild.
upstairs because like,
No. So then in the documentary, she says, when they finally get to interviewing her, she's like, one of the things she says, of a few things, was like, apparently she had lost her job. And I also think there's like so much more to the story,
oh
because
yeah,
they were living in separate houses. The dad comes,
yeah,
so in the scene where they confront the mom, the cop calls the dad. He comes home. He's shocked. He loses his shit and
yeah,
basically is like, you need to leave.
yeah,
And has a
he
more
seemed more
like
mad. He
more
seemed more
mad.
mad that she didn't have a job than that
I
she was
know.
texting like the kids.
Yeah. But then also in a longer form article I read about this whole story, I read that there were some people in the town that had already starting to suspect it was her, the mom.
Oh, really?
Before they got caught, basically.
Okay.
So I wondered if that was why they didn't seem super shocked in the
Yeah.
video, because maybe they did too or something.
Yeah. Well, the dad was like, "Did you get her second phone? She has a second phone." And I'm like, "Why does she have a second phone?" So
I
like,
know. And they were
think
living
she knew
apart
something.
and she hadn't been working for like a year and they didn't know. So I think it was
Yeah.
like a big mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did she say? Oh, so she talked about the fact that she had been sexually assaulted when she was a teenager at
And
like
that she didn't want it
17.
to happen to her
And
daughter. I'm like,
that
"But you're
as
doing it."
I know, as her daughter got closer and closer to the age that she was when that happened. And she said, she's like, I just didn't deal with it. Like, I didn't know how to deal with it. And as her daughter got closer to that age, it was kind of triggering for her. Which I understand that, like, as your kids get to the ages you were, you kind of relive some of that stuff and like it comes back up in weird ways. And she just lost her freaking mind. And then like under her, the way her ruse was that like she was doing it to protect her.
Right.
But was that
Which
because
is
she wanted them to
wild.
separate? Because she thought the
'Cause
boyfriend was a threat to like
she
getting
literally told her
abused?
daughter to kill herself. Like,
In the text, yeah.
that's, yes. Like, how is that protecting your daughter is wild.
It was so wild.
Oof.
Anyway, let us know what you think if you've seen it, because it's a wild story.
It is.
And it also makes me sad for. I don't think this is like the point, but like just so many people who have a traumatic history and don't have support and don't have any way to like. This is what I like. Bitter me was like, this is what happens. This is what like like when people get abused and then don't have support and don't like they turn into abusers. They turn into psychopaths. So anyway,
sad. So sad.
It's so sad. And this poor girl.
All those kids involved, like that changed their lives.
Yeah, but I hope especially she is in therapy because she
well, it's just like really. I know we've talked about this before, but it just really stresses me out about raising kids with technology like that because these are just things we didn't have to worry about back in the day, and now we do. With our kids.
I know. Oof. I know. So. It's really scary. Well, you guys have to watch it if you haven't watched it yet and tell us what you think. And we're just going to keep trucking along and trying to keep ourselves together this season of life. And then, okay, so you are really close to finishing your story.
Close,
right?
Yes.
So I feel like maybe next time we record, you can share it.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully.
That's the plan.
And then I'll have to decide. Yeah. And then I'll have to decide if I want to get back on this investigating mental health career. Maybe I'll try to get an interview with some peeps so that we can keep that moving. But or you guys tell us what you want to hear.
Tell us if you guys have challenge ideas for us. I'd love to hear what everyone else wants us to try. Yeah,
for sure. That would be awesome. And thanks for sticking with us. And we'll try to do some better social updates on everything we have going on so you can keep in touch.
That sounds good. All right, everyone, follow us on social. We're Are We Doing This Pod? And it's also, you can email us at arewedoingthispod@gmail.com. But yeah, keep in touch because it was fun. Like even when I was at my best friend's that party in St. Louis, her sister was there, and she's like, "I listen to it all the time. I listen to the pod."
Really?
Like, yeah.
It always shocks me.
And Cameron, my husband's like, "You do?" Like, because he's never listened to it because it's just not his
thing.
He just never has, and so he's like shocked when other people have. He's like, "That's so wild." So
it is wild. It shocks me still. Even just like the mom being like, "You should do this on your pod." I'm like, "You listen?"
Yeah, like, you listen.
Maybe not every time, but sometimes
people like us.
People like us sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon. Keep it together. Until next time. Bye.